Jackie, Bill, Ali, Serena.
Jackie rifles a shot into left field.
Jackie Robinson went from playing in the Negro Leagues to becoming the first black man to play in Major League Baseball at a time when segregation was still legal. Bill Russell, 11-time NBA champion, first black NBA head coach, while playing, awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom because of his accomplishments in the Civil Rights Movement.
I shook up the world. Now what are they gonna say about that now, huh?
Muhammad Ali, the GOAT, went against the establishment and stood for the freedom movement when it was the unpopular position to take.
The day I stop fighting for equality will be the day I'm in my grave.
Serena Williams has spent her life dominating the court, but it's her courage to speak against inequality and racism that cemented her as a voice of her generation. But what if we didn't know their names? What if they were never part of the conversation? And there's also this conversation. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Those were George Floyd's last words. Ahmaud Arbery was just going out for a run and never came home. Breonna Taylor was at home in bed. Our country's work is not anywhere close to done. We need justice. We need true leadership. We need a change, and we need it now. I look at my children, and I pray for a better future, a world where the color of their brown skin doesn't stop them from their calling, from their purpose, from their destiny. I pray for a world where I don't have to fear for my children due to systemic racism from hundreds of years of oppression. The only thing that must die is racism. Black lives matter. So where do we go from here? As millions of people of all colors protest, I see a world of hurt, pain, and despair. But I also see a new generation, a generation that is calling out in desperate need for lasting change. To my white teammates and friends, we need you to lead too. Don't just listen, help.
It's important that we keep this dialogue going and this energy alive. Because for centuries, there have been fights for justice and equality in this country, led by Black people. This movement is no different. But as white people, this is the breaking point. This time, we've got to have their backs.
Trust us, we know that sports are important. It's why we're gathered here tonight. But do Black lives matter to you when they're not throwing touchdowns, grabbing rebounds, serving aces? If that was uncomfortable to hear, good. I used to shy away from moments like this because it's convenient to be quiet, to be thought of as safe and polite.
Colin Kaepernick never shied away. He knew that discomfort was essential to liberation and that fighting the oppression against Black people is bigger than sports. So will it be uncomfortable? Yes. In speaking up, will we make mistakes? Yes. That cannot stop us from trying.
And not just for a few days or a few IG posts. This is our moment to prove that we know a better world is one where Black lives are valued.
No one deserves white privilege. It's not something we earned. Believing Black people, and not just in instances of police brutality, and then finding your lane to get educated and amplify is the first step.
It's great that sports are back, but George Floyd won't be there to see them. Breonna Taylor won't be there to see them.
Ahmaud Arbery, Tony McDade, Nina Pa, Rayshard Brooks, Dominique Remy-Felds, Layleen Polanco, Toyin Salou won't be there to see them. We can't let sports try and take us back to the way things were. Every athlete at every level has the power to show what it looks like to fight for what is right.
Moments in sports like the 1968 Olympics with Tommy Smith and John Carlos' fist in the air to Colin kneeling, they've helped ignite the conversation around racism.
Our return must be part of the fight for justice. Our return can't just return to business as usual. Our return is our turn to stand up for what's right.
It's a return we all need because sports inspire.
Sports give us hope. Sports make us feel. Sports bring us together.
They remind us what it's like to be on the same team. They bring out our best. Tonight, we honor our best.
And as teammates, we welcome everyone. This is the 2020 ESPYs.